Professor.
That wasn't so bad. Thank you so much.
Thanks. I'm glad I asked you.
Hello, Takoida, Cloud of the Stars, Train Whisperer, and Hazardous. What's up, guys?
My princess is lovely. My princess is fair. She sings like cicadas in midsummer's air.
Cicadas? Those noisy little bugs that swarm about, endlessly mingling with one another?
Oh, good point. I will revise. My princess is lovely. My princess is fair. She sings like a swallow in midsummer's air.
Migrating birds. Never sticking around for long. Always off to find love somewhere else.
No, what I meant was,
Oh, Ferdinand, you're just not yourself today. You don't seem focused. Your poetry lacks poetry. Perhaps a break is in order.
I would not dream of stopping now. This is my golden opportunity.
Pardon me?
We are finally alone. Just the two of us.
Why, yes, we are, aren't we?
You see, Manuela, I have long admired you.
Is that a fact?
I saw you perform countless times while you were with the opera company.
Oh, I see. So what did you think?
The figure you cut, that heartbreaking voice, I was mesmerized. That is why I am tongue-tied. I am nervous about speaking to you alone, after idolizing you for so long.
There's no need to be nervous, Ferdinand. That songstress you recall is long gone. I get nervous too, you know. But I want you to feel relaxed around me. Understood?
Yes, yes, I promise to try.
You're really full of surprises, you know that? I assumed you'd be more interested in combat than the arts. Come and chat sometime? I'd love to hear more about how my performances mesmerized you.
Jazz music.
My head is pounding. You'd think I'd get used to this. Oh.
Manuela? Oh my goodness, you look terrible. Don't get up, I'll get you some water. I should fluff up those pillows for you. It will make you more comfortable.
I'm completely hopeless. I was so proud of being the reason you came to Garreg Mach. Dorothea wanted to follow in my footsteps. How great is that? I thought I'd use that as an inspiration to straighten myself out. Be less of a, you know, less of a disgrace. But here I am, right in front of you, dealing with the worst hangover I've had in weeks.
You thought you'd hide this from me?
Wait, you mean you knew?
Even when you were still with the opera company, you had quite the reputation. There was a joke that you could outdrink a fish and the sailor who caught it.
Dorothea. My brain's pounding as it is. Please, stop. It's all true. But I can't handle hearing it from you, the girl I thought I had inspired to greatness. I can't believe I tried so hard to be a good example for you when you knew all along. I should leap into the ocean and drown.
Don't say that. You've not lost a bit of respect from me. Not one bit. Everyone has their faults, and some have more than others, but you are the finest songstress the opera had ever seen. And you've taught me well. What I mean to say is, you're my inspiration. I really do admire you.
Thank you, Dorothea. That means a lot.
Hello, Blue Wolf Alex. Somewhere up north in the kingdom, bio. I've actually been wondering that too, Dakota. So let's just test that, shall we? Oh god, everyone can give a seminar now. Can anyone teach writing? Anyone at all? Anyone? So which Black Eagles did you do, Blue Wolf Alex? For there are 2 Black Eagles routes. Spoilers. Ah, screw it. It'll be boring. Hey, Huthor. I was hoping you were up to arguing about Star Wars really quick. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Hello.
Could everyone here please kill my parents? Please? I'll be your best friend. Oh my god, really, Huthor? Whap!
No, Captain Gerald, you...
There is still...
I can't stop arguing about Star Wars. It's all that matters to me. I'm kidding. I get it. I do get it. It took me a few years to unlearn that one, too. And I still get the urge to be like, look! Like, for example, we could argue right now about LFG. But I'm not going to. I've made that point many times. And it's pretty clear that you and I literally have completely different desires when it comes to video games in general, so...
Since the pack, but...
God Um... Okay, nope. You gotta talk about it now. What do you think is implemented bad about it? Now, keep in mind, I specifically mean LFG, not LFR. I think anybody in the world thinks there's problems with LFR. I myself have mentioned my own problems with LFR as well. Because LFR is a broken piece of crap. In fact, I would say LFR has only been good once, and that was in Pandaria. Tell you what, Bio, instead of answering your question, why don't you wait until August when I have an entire video dedicated to my new theory on the AU's force? I think LFG should be expanded to include Mythic, but that's just me. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. It is August. Well, clearly you'd have no more time to wait. It'll be the last episode of the Rebels thing. As in, it will actually come out after the last episode. I should be slightly more clear about that. Where's Ferdinand? There he is.
What the?
Looking for group and looking for raid, respectively, Bio.
Hey, I have been. Do you ever think about that sort of thing, Professor? We cannot.
Hey, blah, blah, blah. Teach me to horse. Thank you. Amazon, Jim Whisper. I bought the whole series on Amazon.
Yes. Judith in another life, as hard.
Okay. That's hysterical, Uthor. So I completely disagree with you on point 1 and 2. I mean, I'm willing to at least give on point 1, because I can see where you're going with that. But point 2, you can go to hell on that one. You're incredibly wrong, Star Trek fight music. Like, no, in all seriousness, though, I cannot disagree with you more on the auto-grouping thing. I played WoW when there was no LFG, and it was awful. Trying to get a group together, I mean. Like, I'm sorry. I don't find particular enjoyment in standing in Ironforge, spamming the LFG channel for however long, slowly getting together a group. Then losing someone, because you've taken too long. And then getting someone else, and then losing someone. Like, that was just awful. Teleporting, I could give or take that, honestly. I take it back. I could give or take that. The easy dungeons problem? Yeah. Honestly, the easy dungeons problem is basically my same problem with LFR.
So, that means we should press.
As I've said before, I think there's no reason the LFG system shouldn't be expanded to include Mythic, for example. My opinion. In other words, having a legitimately challenging dungeon baked into the LFG system. And don't tell me it is. You know what I mean. LFG, the system, and LFG, the concept are different things.
What? It's just, oh well.
Whatever.
Screw it, we'll do armor, I guess. I seem to have recruited people who don't teach me the things I want to learn. This is an interesting byproduct of the system of recruitment. Ah, whatever. Let's raise some rep. Okay, I see where you're coming from, Huthor. But if I'm being completely honest, I don't see a solution. Unless you just say gut LFG, in which case I refer to my earlier Standing in Ironforge comment. Like, I'm kind of following you, but if my choice is the Stand in Ironforge problem or the lack of communication problem, I know which side I'll be on that one, you know what I mean?
I appreciate any...
This.
Oh, I...
I'm biting my tongue a little bit, Huthor, because... So I've used the pre-made group system many times, in Legion specifically. You know what I used it for? Fighting world bosses and event bosses. You know what that system involved? Looking for a group. There's always at least one group active. It's usually one group that just empties and enters and empties and enters. So it's just one group stands there. Entering the group, fighting the boss, leaving group. No communication, obviously, because there's also an auto accept invite button in that system, for those of you not aware. So, anyways, let's see. What am I doing with you? Aren't I taking Leonie towards flying? Yeah, I am. Leonie is a flyer, and... Hang on. Give me a second. So Edelgard is going for flyer, because she's going with Wyvern. Leonie is going for flyer. Ingrid is going for flyer. Those are my three. Okay. Just have to remember there. I remember that, actually, Bragwin. Well, I'm sorry, Blue Wolf, Alex. I only lost one person, Flame. So it sounds like you're implying that there's other ways to lose other people. I wonder if it's rep-based? Or support-based or whatever?
I'm improved.
Welcome back, Alex. I think of a few dungeons that kind of require group coordination, but it's usually the end game dungeons. Like, remember Kata? And at the end of Kata, you had the 3 time-walking dungeons. First you go back to the Well of Eternity, then you go through... No. First you go to the future, to the end times, then Well of Eternity, then the final charge to Wormrest. All 3 of those dungeons were actually pretty rough, especially at launch, like when they first came out. That's not a complaint. I actually rather enjoy those dungeons quite a lot. I could say the same thing about Northrend, the 3 Ice Crown dungeons. Of course, I've been one of those weirdos who has praised the end of expansion dungeons in WoW for quite a while. Because, you know, they're awesome. Yes, I am going flying with their stretches.
Nope.
Who won, Alex?
Nope. I've learned.
What's funny is FF14 and Guild Wars 2 both have other features designed to try and encourage cooperation. Neither of them require communication, just cooperation. FF14 has the commendation feature. At the end of a dungeon or a raid in FF14, you can give a commendation to anyone who's not in your group. To be like, here you go, and commendations give other little bonus stuff. In Guild Wars 2, they have a system where basically everything shares, and you actually get credit for both healing people and rezzing people. Like, Guild Wars 2, I hate to praise a game that most people don't like, but Guild Wars 2 is actually very well designed towards cooperation. The whole game is built around coordination. The catch is, it's what I like to call ships passing in the night cooperation. It's not designed for long term. It's just designed that you see a total stranger, and then you help the total stranger because that helps you too, and then they help you because it helps them too. Like everything about the game design of Guild Wars 2 is geared towards all the progress shares, the loot shares, the experience shares, the event progress shares, the heart progress shares, you know, the dungeons share, everything. And again, you get credit for doing that. It's also quick and easy to res people in combat, so there's that too. So that, in my opinion, works very well for that.
What now? You're so...
Okay, one more. Let's do Ingrid. Yeah, let's do Ingrid. Hang on. Yeah.
Ah. That looks like.
Professor.
No, focus on writing. Focus on writing. Everyone, focus on writing.
Good enough?
I'm sorry, what's the difference, Bio? Now, I have an odd question, Huthor. Have you ever played EVE Online? Let's see what battles are up right now. Ugh, now that's not a huge surprise. Since honestly, at this point in time, EVE Online has a massive barrier to entry. It's just, you seem to be the kind of person, in my opinion, of course, you seem to be the kind of person who leans more heavily on the player-generated content than developer-generated content. Which, that's EVE Online in a nutshell. It's one of the better player-generated content MMOs out there. I need to be remembering who I keep talking to train each time. Oh yeah, speaking of which. Okay, good. So last time, this went to hell. Let's see if it does a little better this time.
Oh, hey, Marianne.
Leonie?
I thought greenhouse duty was mine today. What are you doing here?
Oh,
I'm sorry. You've been avoiding me ever since I lost my temper, haven't you? You're probably scared of me now. In the moment, I was hurt. I'm sure you had good reasons to act the way you did. If you want me to leave you alone, I will. I promise. You've got nothing to fear from me.
Leonie,
I've watered all the plants, so I'm done here. I'll get out of your way.
Wait!
Huh? Hey, what is it?
It's, I don't mean to bother you. I'm sorry for keeping you here.
No, not at all. Thanks for keeping me. Honestly, I've been worried about you. If you ever want to talk about anything, just say so. I'll make time.
I've been avoiding people for most of my life, so I'm not the best at speaking.
I know it's hard. You've been through a lot. But it's worth the extra effort to talk to your friends.
I make everyone uncomfortable. I just don't know how to carry on a conversation.
Hey, we're having one right now. And I'm telling you, I'm not uncomfortable. I'm actually really happy. So don't worry about me. And it's okay to be quiet sometimes, but try to find a middle ground at least. Otherwise, you'll never get any better.
Oh.
As far as what to talk about, anything's good. Hobbies, things you like, a dream you had last night. Really, anything.
Okay then. I like this flower. I think it's nice.
I think so too. Did you know that where I come from, those have a completely different color?
Oh, really? I'd like to see that.
Great. Come visit my village someday. In fact, we should invite all of our friends. It'll be fun.
Oh, yes. That would be very exciting.
Well, now they're done. Like, seriously, that's the end of her support for the moment. Marianne can't support a lot of people.
Will be rewarded.
Unlike Vigilant. Vigilant can support basically everyone. It's kind of terrifying, really. Hang on a second. Which one's Subverse Vigilant? Either way, thank you very much. Much appreciated as always, Vigilant. No, of course it is Cloud. It's just... I've been kind of keeping track of some of these to try and make sure that they're, you know, getting as many as they can. Oh, I know what Subverse is. Right. And that is totally not happening, by the way. Just don't even ask. It's not happening. let's just go ahead and clip that one in the bud. Nip, I don't know, whatever. Kill it. We're killing it. A lore run on RuneScape. Okay, here's RuneScape. Alright, we're done. Any questions? Thoughts, comments, complaints? Subverse is a pornographic Mass Effect, which may actually be a good game. I gotta put it that way because, but it's an attempt to make a legitimately good porn game. Which, to be clear, and I've already talked about this in Lore Week, I am actually in favor of the concept. I'm just never gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole.
I appreciate any good me.
This is not.
Hi, Dr. Nimbus. I don't know, admittedly.
Professor!
Hey!
Okay. I'm from fighting old. No, Captain Gerald.
You know, you say that, Alex.
Judith, in another life, I might have as hard.
I have been. If I had. Do you ever think about that sort of thing, Professor? We cannot.
Also, just to jump in on the mythic difficulty thing, there are plenty of examples of, you know, story content being locked behind difficulty. It's just that they kind of stopped happening around Legion. But that was a thing up to and including Warlords. In Vanilla, it was just the dungeons themselves. You just could not do the dungeons, or excuse me, the raids, because of the difficulty, so you just skipped out on content at the end. Same general idea in BC. And then Wrath added the hard modes, which showcased extra stuff. And of course, the entire thing with Algalon, which was, you know, entirely a hard mode boss, locked behind multiple hard mode achievements. And then we skip over to Kata, which actually started literally having additional bosses and story content locked behind the hard mode stuff. Which they also did in Pandaria. which they also did in Warlords. Like, that's pretty much... Legion was the first time they started to not do that. In fact, I admit several lore theory threads I follow were legitimately weirded out by the fact that several of the BFA raids did not have any additional characterization or story in the mythic modes when those finally were pushed through. Meh. Screw it. Let's just raise some rep.
That...
Hey, Huthor. Not to jump into the conversation you're having with someone else again, but did you ever play any older RPGs?
I like...
Oh,
Final Fantasy VI. I'll use a direct example.
It's almost time to depart. Are you ready?
Yeah.
A promising answer. Whatever happens, never allow your foe to see any weakness.
Yeah, it's a terrible old game. Alright, let me explain why I'm asking this, Huthor. You know what I used to do while playing through FF6, or any RPG of said like? I used to run around talking to basically everyone, just because I wanted to see what they had to say. It was story content, and therefore it was basically the reason I was playing the game. Now, you could argue very strongly that that wasn't serious story content. It wasn't necessary story content. But I would look back at you and say, you're missing the point, if that's the argument you're going to try to make. It's story content. It is the entire point of going through certain chunks of the game. So even though you say it's optional, or you say it's unnecessary, or so it's not mandatory, all I'm thinking is, yes it is, because it's story. You know? For example, in Legion, you could argue that, I mean, you don't have to go and push through each of the class order halls, right? I mean, that's all optional stuff. They're all kind of side stories with the exception of, like, Rogue, right? It's unnecessary. But if like, I don't even know how to make my argument other than the statement I've already stated. If you actually tried to say, Laura, you're stupid for wanting to do the class things, it's all optional story, I'd look at you and be like, what is wrong with you? It's story! And for the most part, it was good story. Not always. Mage Order was not that great. Rogue was amazing. Death Knight was amazing. Druid was alright.
We must pay close attention not only to Claude's schemes, but to the man himself.
It'll be
He's
fine.
a master archer who wields the legendary bow, Fail Not. He won't fall easy.
Fail Not?
It's the relic of House Regan. That bow once belonged to one of the 10 elites. Professor, do you know the true story behind the legend? The relics were created by the hands of mankind. Saros collected them after killing the 10 elites. Saros manipulated the people of the world and defeated the all-powerful King Nemesis.
Okay, why?
The Church maintains the false history that he was corrupted and turned evil. However, it was little more than a simple dispute. Should the one leading the people of the world be someone with humanity, or a creature that can merely masquerade as a human at will? In the end, Saros was victorious. The Immaculate One and her family then took control of Fodlan. I know this because that knowledge is passed down from Emperor to Emperor. And that is because the first Emperor is the human who cooperated with Saros, allowing humanity to be controlled in secret.
I mean, your first point is exactly what I would do, Huthor. I've heard some people say the only purpose in LFR existing is for people to see the story. Do you think LFR mode shouldn't be able to see the story, for example? I mean, it's a valid perspective, it's just, you know...
Perhaps it's fate that you can wield the sword of the Creator, just like Nemesis, the King of Liberation. And that very fate will lead you to use that sword to stand against those who would distort history.
Okay. So what you're saying is, in a week, I'm gonna go do a battle. Not now, a week from now.
It seems they've set out from Garreg Mach, and that's sooner than expected. Losing the Great Bridge of Myrden was a serious blow. So is the fact that Teach is still alive. On top of all that, Judith. I told her to run if things look grim. Damn it. So many people will die, and by my call.
And what of it? Would you rather turn tail and run back home?
Who are you?
Nadir, you're really getting on my nerves. Do you have any idea how much of the Alliance adores me and believes in me?
Well, I suppose it's quite a lot. Does that mean that...
Yes, the plan is a go. I'm counting on you, Nadir. We'll make a good show taking down those who would assault Deirdre.
People say our kind may not always win, but we never lose. Let's teach them the real meaning of those words.
Now then, let's see what you're made of, Teach.
Yeah, I'm gonna stomp you like a bug. Probably in one turn.
North of the Great Bridge of Myrden, the Imperial Army passes through the Allied territory of House Gloucester and invades the land of House Regan, which leads the opposition. They move to attack Claude in the capital, Deirdre, where the leader of the Alliance awaits their arrival.
Yeah, let's just overextend like crazy. How are our supply lines, I wonder? See, what's funny, Huthor, is it sounds to me, and I could be mistaken here, it sounds like you and I actually agree overall on this point. We're just expressing it in different ways. Have you heard me talk about what I do with LFR and LFG? Like, for real. Because I've talked extensively about it, but that's on, like, various streams all over the place. Always with you and the pillaging, Alex. God. Okay, Marianne is actually deployed this time. See, this is the setup I wanted last time. Why didn't it let me do... Whatever. Yeah, no, we're basically good to go? That doesn't seem right. No, I guess that is right. Yeah, no, we're good. Let's check the map real quick. Now that's a very interesting question, Huthor. How did someone die many times out there? Oh. He's a wyvern rider with a bow. Okay. No chests, at least. I don't have to think about that.
Here she comes, at long last. I've done all I can to prepare. Let the cards fall where they may. It'll be a true test of strength.
It seems Claude has blockaded the city and occupied the naval port.
If that is the case, he will have no choice but to engage us from there.
Yes, though putting myself in Claude's place leaves me with an unpleasant feeling. If we take over the port and close the entry to the city, Deirdre will be under our control. Each soldier should bear that in mind as they advance.
There are 3 gates which connect Deirdre to its naval port. Taking the city will be easy once we secure all 3.
Lots of people die right here, too. That's cute. Hey, it's Lysathea, aka his number 2. There's Hilda. Maybe she's his number 2. He has a strength of 24. It's not his best stat. Barely. Apparently Hilda's his number 2. Who the hell's Lysathea, then? She's also wielding a Doom weapon. And she's got Hades.
What's my strategy?
More fighting.
Thank you.
He drops a shield. And that's it. I'm going to try stealing, though, even though it's going to waste a turn. Ah, nope. Like, I could steal her training bow. Or her... I can't even try to steal it. Oh, can I try to steal it? I can try to steal her Master Seal. That's actually... I think I will do that. Hang on. Ah, that was his action? Frickin' really?
Here she comes at long last.
There are 3 taking this. What's my strategy?
That actually really sucks. Whatever. Yeah, that's his move action. Whatever.
More fighting.
Well done.
Let's go ahead and lure all of them. Well, no, I don't want to do that, though. Turn end!
Now it's our turn, Elmira's elite. Strike the flanks of the Imperial Army.
Yeah, this is totally the pirate map we were on earlier.
Those fangs and claws the Alliance fears so much will now be their salvation.
Leave it to us, kiddo. My undefeated streak will live on. Another chapter in my heroic saga.
That flag and banner. Is that the Almiran army? Ugh, you really did it, Claude.
Uh-oh, Uthor.
That is Nadir, an Almiran general.
Take care of them quickly, especially those Almiran wyverns.
Okay, so...
Thank you.
Yeah, they are mega dead, Catabo. Since this is basically a boss battle, I'm not going to hold back at all, except to steal a few things. I'll take that. Thank you.
For the Empire.
That's what I keep saying.
Ready for anything.
I will assign you many things of homework for this. Many.
My orders?
Look, I'm just saying, Huthor. You are known for being incredibly insane. I mean...
I do this for all of us.
There's no stopping me.
I have no idea, Bio.
I'll do my best.
Ready when you are.
Exactly, Huthor.
You are here as well, Professor? That is a shame.
Hello, Lysithea. Oh my god!
Predictable.
There is still...
It's funny, because I'm currently the class that boosts my resistance.
Strength.
Among other things, obviously.
Predictable.
I didn't murder her yet. I stole from her, which was admittedly probably my mistake.
Reinforcements keep coming. We should try to eliminate Nadir.
Yeah. Kind of busy.
Survive.
Hang on. Okay, that's what I thought.
That's the last of my energy. If you're gonna kill me, make it quick.
Okay.
Fair warning, though, I'll likely come back to haunt you. It's not like I've had an easy time of it after all.
Persuade!
Want me to join you? The Alliance is over no matter what. The only thing left is to place faith in you and Edelgard. There's still so much I have to accomplish. Thank you for the second chance, Professor.
Got it. I now have to go after the other names with him. Which I was kind of planning to anyways, because heavy, but that locks me in now. Which is fine. She's got an accuracy ring. So we're going to skip that. Does he have anything I want to steal? No. I mean, I can steal his bow. That'd be funny. No, we're not going to do that. Get up there. I am legitimately surprised they offered that as an option. I really am. But I'm happy with it.
Well done.
So we're going to go try to save... who was that again? Hilda? We're probably not going to be able to save Hilda since she's the number 2. But at least we got Lysithea. That's probably it. That's probably as much as we're getting. If we're just being honest. Yep, she can heal him. I do need a heal, though, if I could get one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Stomp, 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 stomp. Light up this armor. Yeah, I'm actually really curious what that's based off of. If it's just a guarantee because of the sheer circumstance of being here, or like, did I already technically have enough rep and I just didn't get a chance to recruit her, or I mean, I don't know. I don't know the factors here at all. Okay, these guys are rough, which is good because that's what I want my guys to be. Oh, you're fine, Uthor. I do find it interesting how much we disagree on so many things. Like, legitimate disagreement, not, you know... I think killing babies is good. No, just... Yeah, the divide in content generation, or what you prefer versus what I prefer, that kind of a thing. Like, I'm amazed we agree on anything. Okay, as much as I'd love to just charge up here, but wish I could save. How many do I have left? 12? Oh, I've got 12 charges! Okay, yeah, let's just charge. Charge! Those are the big axe people. Pretty sure. I guess I could double check that. Oh, never mind. Those are warriors. Those are lower tier than I thought they were.
Professor, it's been too long. But now we're on opposite sides, huh? What a shame. I am not going to hold back. I can't let down my dear old Claude.
Watch and learn.
Spoiler alert, you just let down your dear old Claude. Not as badly as that guy did, though. Ow. Really? You decided to go after her? Okay. Hang on, hang on. I can try to steal her axe. I'm not going to. I'm just amused that that's an option there.
It's been fun, Claude. Sorry to go so soon.
No, if you join me, I'll let you live. Okay, she's just dead.
Hilda! Why didn't you retreat? I counted on you retreating.
Okay, yeah, she's actually dead. Holy crap. And yes, I see the video glitches we're having over there. Whatever. The new capture card should be here tomorrow sometime. Ah, she deserved it, Bio. She refused to, you know, join the Empire. If she had joined me, she'd still be alive. Seriously, though, she would. I'm actually sad that she's dead. That sucks.
You can't stop me. Your death is not in vain.
Could someone do me a favor and look up if it's ever possible to recruit Hilda? Because if it is, I'll bend over backwards. Because the objective for this map is just kill Claude. Nothing else. So we could beeline. I'm guessing not. But, you know, we'll see. Let's push this front. Back off.
Be careful.
Well, we don't have that high of a support with Hilda, so that, yeah. That's probably a no-go.
Thanks so much.
This will be my 4th or 5th Dream Whisperer.
My work.
5th. The one that's showing up tomorrow will be my 5th. Just counted in my head. I'm with Takoida. Fire Emblem games are known for having lots of different things that can show up under lots of different circumstances. So it really would not surprise me if there are some esoteric ways to get things to happen. Especially if New Game Plus is a thing.
Well done.
Which I'm pretty sure it is. Debating my options here. You missed the earlier map, Huthor, where we had to kill a bunch of innocent civilians because they were being turned into unholy monsters by an evil dude. Let's go ahead and refocus her over here, I think. I want Ingrid to reposition. Oh yeah, sorry. They hadn't actually perfected the turning them into horrible monsters thing yet. So, you know. At the time, they were just going like... Oh my god, you hit me! That's astonishing! You actually landed a blow on me, holy crap!
No.
And Marianne's dead. Super dead. Now, if only Platy was here. God, we have a severe lack of donuts in this mission. Oh, well. Yeah, I saw that, Bragwin. Because in hard mode, every map takes time. I don't mean literal time, I mean like your allotment.
I'll use this power for the greater good.
For the greater good!
More effective.
I think I've got a response to you, Huthor. I've actually been processing this whole time. Now, this is a statement made in ignorance, and I'm going to go ahead and admit that right off the bat. But in my limited experience, when you're designing or developing something, and you have a template that you start off with and build off of, it makes subsequent things a lot easier to work on, right? Like, to use a direct example, I have a ton of templates I use in my video editing. No, I didn't, Bio, I'm sorry. I actually didn't see it for once. And so as a consequence of those templates, it makes it so that even though I spent a huge amount of time and work and effort on that initial thing, you know, it doesn't take me that long, relatively speaking, to do the editing work that I do nowadays. Now, I bring that up because this is relevant to the WoW rating question. The idea, I think, like if in an I was in charge kind of a situation, I think the way I would do it is make it so that I get a crit on this attack. Is there a way to, like... This guy's gonna kill Mercedes, and I'm gonna be really upset about it. And sadly, Ingrid is just not all that useful against his unit setup, so I can't really do much with her anyways. So whatever. Do it to it.
Too slow.
Yeah, I didn't expect much out of that. Nah, stay your ground. So, the ideal would be build the mythic raid, the hardest version, and that's the template. Spend the most time, effort, and work in designing the hardest version of the raid, right? Then, rather than dumbing it down, the idea would be to go ahead and make the layered versions of that allow for smaller groups to progress through it. So, par exemple, I've talked many times about my idea of 3-man mythic. You would build the 3-man mythic off of the 20-man mythic template. By the way, hi Fuzzy Duck, and I do hope you enjoy them if you ever get into them. They have awful stories. That's not true. They have awful plots, but fun gameplay and fun characters. I have no idea, Bio. I don't know, dude. I never played Thracia. I only briefly looked into it when I was working on genealogy. Let's go ahead and go for the kill here, actually. There we go. Now, in my own ideal, to continue this thought, Uthor. Agreed, floating triangles, absolutely. In my ideal, you'd have, like, basically 2 versions of every raid, technically speaking. I cannot believe she lived through that. Oh, I didn't click it. Oh, I'm sorry. Unless you mean the one from the other day, in which case I don't remember it. So you'd have the mythic mode, which there'd be 20-man, 10-man, 5-man, 4-man, 3-man, whatever, right? Like the variable mythic mode. And then you'd have easy mode. Because I do think casual difficulty deserves to exist. I've stood by that statement for years. I've never wavered on that. Casual difficulty is a thing that generally should exist in most video games, especially something with the wide appeal of something like an MMO. But anyways, that's it, right? Mythic, casual. The end. And I know what you're thinking, well, hang on, how much gear would you get on Mythic 3? Well, honestly, I do think you should still have a chance to get gear on Mythic 3. The point is, the idea is if you want to have progression, end-game cycle, end-game looping, gear progression, you should be able to do it with your team of 3, or your team of 5, or your team of 10, or your team of 20. So even if you've got the 3-man, in my opinion, you should still get loot from that. Obviously, you'd get less loot, but I mean, there's tons of ways around that at this point. That's not even an issue. This is going to sound weird, but this is one of the first maps in a while that's made me have to actually think. Which is good. It's just... that's why I'm taking so long here. I'm kind of being cautious now.
Thank you.
Well, honestly, I think the problem with Wrath... well, let me rewind that. I think the problems with Wrath were all related to the implementation side of things. Like, one of the biggest problems they had... well, they're not... you notice they're not respawning Caterpillar, so I'm not sure. Where did all these donuts come from? Like, one of the biggest complaints people had was, for example, we have to do every raid every week, which was just exhausting people. There are plenty of ways around that problem to prevent loot progression across multiple groups. There's also ways to make loot progression happen in a way other than literally a drop of loot. You know, I've stood behind the badges system for years, and I stand by it to this day. Anyways, my point being that I think that the enforced having to do multiple versions of the raid thing is a solvable problem. It's just a matter of how we want to solve it. Do I want to charge now? I don't think I want to. That's a lot of wyverns up there, and this is not my A team. This is more like my B team right here. Oh, I was way into PvP. It's all I did, day in, day out. Farming the honor to get my Grandmaster weapons. It's all I did. Over and over and over and over. Non-stop. Just out of curiosity, how many people... Just for blind curiosity, can anyone think of how they would pronounce what Nightbot keeps saying to me? I'll tell you what it means in English. It means, you should drink now. With proper grammar, finally. Yeah, I've got 12 rewinds, so yeah, I think I will. Oh yeah, speaking of which, Dakota, I wanted to mention one thing that I didn't quite agree with you on. Hang on just a second. Really? There? Alright. Well, you mentioned how you didn't think that the Divine Charges thing was a plus-worthy. Because you mentioned it was basically a poor man's save and load. And to an extent, I actually see where you're going with on that. But I think I disagree mostly because... like, if I was to hit the button and reload, you know, it'd be like, alright, hang on, load. Basically, I feel like this streamlines the load process. Like, I can just do this and BAM! Right? The speed of it is actually really nice. IMO. I do, however, grant you that it is basically a form of a save and a load. I just like the ability... in a turn-based game, especially like this, I like having the option to undo turns.
Predictable.
It's an option I don't see all that often when it comes to turn-based gameplay. Good pronunciations. In English, all of those would be pretty accurate. In Imperial, it is Akaivural. Hang on. Shoot, I'm screwing it up. Hang on. Scroll up a little bit. Akaivural Vilem. There we go. Akaivural Vilem. I had to think about that for a second. So phonetically, it would be Akaivural Vilem. Like that, to make it sound a little more natural.
We don't have the guts to resist anymore.
Nor should you.
Here, you can have this. Just please don't attack the city.
I never planned to touch the city. Our target is the Alliance and their leader, Claude.
Cool. You know me, Dakota. In an ideal world, I would say that the limitation thing should probably be a toggle. Do you want to have limited divine charges? Plonk. I mean, they already have difficulty and permadeath as separate toggles, you know.
Only the strong survive.
Now, that's a very valid point, Uthor. And you're right, to be clear. Now, you know I'm about to disagree with you, but I'd wanted to start with that because that is an extremely valid point. The catch for me... How do I phrase this? You probably know this. I'm into speedrunning. And speedrunning itself is actually a form of challenge running. And challenge running is all about doing stuff to basically make the game more interesting or more complex because you want to. It's not something that's necessarily built into the game. It's just something you want to do, right? Now, if you don't get what I'm on about, the idea here is I like the idea of being able to have a choice of, well, I want to have, you know, a warrior, a Protoden, a Redidin, and a Healadin. You know, I have to have a healer, a tank, and a DPS. That's why I limit it to 3, by the way, in order to progress through this mythic, you know, the minimum mythic difficulty. But I like the idea of not making that a mandatory requirement, at least if you're not doing an LFG thing. So, like, for LFG, it would probably be, you need a tank, you need a DPS, you need a healer. Just like 5-mans are right now in LFG, right? But if you just decide to go do a 3-man mythic right now, you can take 3 tanks if you want to. And just see if you can make it work, because why the hell not, right? I mean, we've all seen the 40 Warlock raid, right? Actually, I don't know if you have seen the 40 Warlock raid, but it was awesome, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I have a favorite character yet, Floating Triangles. There's several that rise to the top of the list for me in this one. I like Bernadetta. I'm actually rather fond of Edelgard, despite everything, despite the stupidity. I like Dorothea. Despite the memes, I do actually like Manuela. Ferdinand has grown on me surprisingly well. Like, I didn't think he would. I haven't had a lot of time to really get to know some of the new characters here that I only recruited recently, so I can't really speak to him. Raphael is pretty cool. I wish I could have recruited Raphael. He was the thing for me. I love Petra. Petra's awesome. I think that's like half my team at this point. But whatever, you get the idea. I like a lot of the characters. Like I said, characters is one of the bigger draws of this game for me. So we did okay against that, so we're going to go ahead and advance a little bit. Yeah, Edelgard is victim of a bad plot. I would actually agree with that. Oh, and Ferdinand goes down.
For now, I must retreat.
It's been 30-odd years since I first set foot on a field of battle. Here's a taste of my undefeated strength.
No.
Now here's a bonus question for you, Huthor. Let's assume that there's one very specific dungeon, the re-burning of Stratholme, where you go back and re-burn Stratholme after preventing yourself from Stratholme burning. Whoops. And let's say that by effectively a combination of more or less unforeseen circumstances, why does that not work? You have the ability to, like, absolutely crush that place in the into a pile of goo, if you happen to take, like, this exact class combo, right? So, and there's no invalid answer here, but it's something that I know game designers have debated for many times. Is that necessarily a bad thing? I mean, I could give my own answer to that, and you probably understand it's a very moderate answer, because the idea for me is it depends on the severity. Like, if it's a huge difference between all other class combos, then yeah, that's something that should probably be addressed. Whoa, that's too much. Let's not do that. If it's better, and therefore the elite 1% do it, okay.
Sweet of you.
It's worth noting, Floating Triangles, that there are some bits of information, this is not confirmed, that the Black Eagles is, you know, the correct path, the main story path, or however you want to think of that. Let's use that Bow of Sultan on this guy. Whoa! He has got armor! Holy crapola! He has got super armor. Yikes! Well, see, again, Huthor, whatever. Never mind. I've already made my point. We'll have to disagree on that one. Like I said, I know it's been debated for many years by many game developers. Yeah, no, his armor's through the roof. In fact, my B team, I'm gonna pull out entirely. I'm just gonna bail. Except I can't. They have greater speed than me. Well, in my experience, especially when it comes to WoW, Alex, which I do know pretty well, if there is a best strat, then yeah, the top 4 or 5% will gravitate towards that best strat, because it's the best strat. But as has been pointed out many times, there is always a best strat. It is functionally impossible to not have a best strat. Ergo, who cares, basically? As long as it is not that big of a gap, as long as it's only the best by 2%, whoop-de-doo, right? I mean, I don't mean to sound dismissive. Obviously, it is an issue. It's just, I don't think it should be... I don't think you should change so many things because 4% of people want 2% of a boost. Yeah, she cannot flee. Okay, yeah, what Takoida says, don't balance for your top. That has led to so many problems for so many games for so many years. Do what you can, Leonie. Like, I'm basically sacrificing you here. That is not pathetic. You just held the line. I don't know what I'm going to do about him, honestly. If my best archer can barely touch him, sheesh. Nah, I know what I'm going to do about him. Yeah, this southern group is probably all going to die. There's not a lot I think I can do about that. So what we're going to do... We're basically going to abandon this. Or I could just push for it. Nullifies effectiveness against flyers. Oh! That is why... Okay, I need that. I need that. Especially since I'm building 3 flyers in my team.
At your service.
Okay. That... Alright, hang on. We need to clean up here. Just die. You're in the way. Die. I need to get you south. Yeah, that is an amazingly good item that I very much want in my team. Let's go ahead and do this. You deal with that.
Impressive as always.
Let's go ahead and bounce to you.
I'll return the favor.
Feels like...
Actually, funnily enough, I'm doing the exact opposite, Alex. I am sending everyone except for Darth Vader after that guy. Well, Darth Vader is holding the line. Looks like it, Bio. Ooh. Good job, Dorothea. Really thought I was about to lose you on that one.
The Emperor continues fighting at the front line. Is the Empire short on troops?
Unfortunately, I can't deny it. But then I've heard the Almiran King does the very same. You have traveled far. I do hope it's for a king who would not only lead his army, but fight at their side.
Touché. Yes, he is that sort of king.
Well, I'd really like your shield. Oh my god! He just one-shot her! My best tank just got one-shot by that guy.
Next try.
Like, that's why I was sending him to go, or her to go fight him. He is wielding just an axe. Oh, he has a brave axe. That's why. He got 2 strikes. Because he was initiating combat. I guess we'll live with it. I might be able to make this work. Here, come back. Heal Dorothea.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
God damn it to hell. Okay. I am one. Screw it. We're gonna do this. In the face!
Sorry, kiddo. It seems we'll have to withdraw.
I'll take that.
You've done enough, Nadir. Just stay alive. We'll meet again one day.
Okay. That was totally worth losing Edelgard for, right?
Sweet of you.
So anyways, back to our regular scheduled program. Yeah, I kind of did, Alex. Hi, I went first. What? Ah! I'm dead. How did this happen? Anyways, Huthor, getting back to you for a second. And your insanity. This is gonna sound weird, but why are we disagreeing on this point? Like, it seems like we're saying the same thing again. Like, you can't completely ignore the top 1%. But you also shouldn't balance the game around the top 1%, right? Right? Like, is that not what we were saying here? You know, Bernadette is like, where is everyone? She's got to be happy. She's way out here all by herself. But really? Nothing? Okay. I mean, they only have 2 units left. Oh, excuse me, 3 units left at this point. Screw it. Screw it. Yeah, exactly, Huthor. So, once again, we are saying the same thing in different ways. Which once again leaves us with the core idea of going ahead and making a situation in which we can go ahead and have our 3-man mythic group. Hell, I know 2 people who would love to do 3-man mythics with me in WoW if that was an option. I know this because they and I have actually talked about this very concept before. They were kind of going that direction with scenarios. You remember that? Like the heroic scenarios, which were actually pretty rough when they came out. Those are fun, too.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't feel like playing around. Because his name is Reed Richards. Okay. And Reed Richards is one of the most evil characters in Marvel, so... By consequence. It's like naming your kid Hitler, you know? I mean...
Teach, you should have chosen me instead of Edelgard. No point in whining about it now, I suppose. Sorry, but I'll be taking the win today.
Not a bad hit.
Predictable.
Not my...
Really? Well, whatever.
So sad that our reunion should take place on the battlefield.
Yeah, he's dead. Damn it, I was just trying to weaken him, Petra. Wait.
The plan's not working.
Damn it!
The fate of the Leicester Alliance, all of my dreams, have fallen to ash. It's all up to you now, Edelgard. I hope you really do make the world better.
Everybody, raise your voices in a victory cheer.
Wait, what?
Deirdre is ours.
Did he just die? God damn it, stop making me kill people, game. Whatever.
Deirdre is ours. The Alliance has collapsed and their leader has fallen.
Did we really have to kill him? Yeah, seriously, did we really have to kill him? In fact, you know what?
If Claude had lived, the faction...
Yeah, you know what? You know what? Yeah, yeah. No. Really don't like not being able to save in mid-combat. Really, really don't. Okay. This is gonna suck because I still want that shield. But we're gonna do it. That's exactly what I'm thinking, Dream Whisperer. I'm just gonna go over to the ships right at the beginning. Yeah, I'm gonna recruit Lysithea again. I'm basically gonna just hold the line on the Western Front and not advance, while me and like a healer, you know, one support, just go and stomp the Eastern Front. To wit. Now that I know that's there. Anything else? No? Okay. I am 100% sure I'm supposed to get the choice to save him, Catabo. Which is part of why I'm a little upset here. Gonna go and do that, too. Just make sure our unit setup is good, which it is. Actually... Nah, screw it. We're good, we're good.
Here she comes. There are 3. What's my strategy?
To go to this unrelated thing over here. For no reason. Actually, no. Go further. There. And then let's get everything else kind of in position. Here. Yep, we're done.
Now it's our turn.
Hey, what's up? You're the wrong person. Sorry.
Thank you.
Dance, Vader, dance! Wait. I'm sorry, Gum Gum, that's just amusing. Okay.
There's no stopping me. That's it for me.
Reinforcements.
Yeah, blah 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 blah.
More fighting.
Predictable.
Not killing Hilda won't be too hard to do. This is going to be a little time consuming. That's the main irritation here.
The Almiran reinforcements.
Blah,
What's
blah,
my
blah.
strategy?
PETA is a horrible, terrible organization that should probably burn, Gum Gum. Any questions?
For the Empire.
I mean, plenty of Fire Emblem games have had a thing where you have to fight X with Y in order to make it work. So that doesn't surprise me, that idea.
At your service. There's no stopping me.
I'll do my best.
I did shot. Oh yeah, no, they're totally the good guys. Remind me how many animals they kill yearly? It's a lot. I just don't remember how many.
Watch and learn.
Predictable.
More of...
Well done. There is...
Well, I'm 90% certain I cannot recruit Claude. But I am also 100% certain I can spare him, which is why I decided to go do this entire battle over again.
My orders?
I will prevail.
I'm not ignoring you, Blue Wolf, but you've only said two things so far. That I don't have to not defeat Hilda, although I'm kind of thinking of not defeating her anyways. And that I have to defeat him with the Avatar. Which I'm already pretty much on track to doing, as you can see here. Yeah, see, now Bio and Blue Wolf are disagreeing. And the best part is, I can't save in mid-combat. So we're going to have to basically roll the dice on that one. That's okay, wouldn't be the first time.
I do this for all of us.
Damn right.
I admire you.
You know, it could also be both.
Thanks.
You know, this is not necessarily a mutually exclusive scenario here. Alright, what's up, Uthor? I'm ready. Now the fun part. Yes, I did, Uthor. Which actually made me laugh, but, you know, whatever. That's acceptable. Not really. He's either trying to be a trendsetter, or he was paid a lot of money. That's it. That's all there is to that. Hey, Niscosta, what's up? I mean, I'm sure Ninja's a cool dude. I wouldn't know. Like, I mean, in real life, obviously not on his professional persona.
I finally...
Wow, really? Alright, fine.
Ready when you are.
Uh, 13, I think? Something like that. I mean, it's the old saying, right? Competition is usually a good thing. But the problem is, Mixer is kind of crap right now. You know? It's like YouTube streaming. The only reason YouTube streaming is good at all is because it's tied into the video. Casual. Blue Wolf. Because I am a casual scrub. Go ahead, get it out of your system. It's okay, I deserve it. Okay, so we're gonna go for broke here. Because he is the actual threat here. He's the only thing in this entire map that really hurts. So we're gonna go all in on him.
It's been
And we're gonna win.
You've done enough.
We have forced the Almyran forces to flee. I doubt they're expecting more reinforcements.
Okay, so main threat contained. Now I gotta basically reverse course entirely to deal with the other problem. Edelgard's got a long march to go to get over here. Everyone else just kind of chill for right now. I wish there was a, you know, a plank like right here or something. That'd be very helpful. I mean, I guess I could come in from the north, but I'm trying to avoid Hilda just in case. I mean, there's no reason to kill Hilda. If there's an option to save in mid-combat, by all means, inform me. Like, it's entirely... Oh, they have that. They have the save and then end the game option, which isn't a real save. Which is just... Like, I get the point of that save existing, but that's not a real save. Hey, what? Why is... Oh god, they just suddenly activated. Wasn't ready. Wasn't ready. And Lysathea, who I still want to recruit, is retreating. I may have to come in through the north. Live, Dorothea. She's gonna die.
Watch and learn.
Right here. Yep, nothing for it. I mean, exactly, Nascosta. Thank you for making my point for me. I mean, I don't know what to say to that, Gum. I mean, I could try to save Dorothea, but it was kind of worth it to kill the boss, so I think we're just going to live with that. I gotta kill a lot of people. Also known as a Thursday. Yeah, that irritates me, Dakota. We tried to use it like once in a cutscene, and that was it. You guys just chill. I guess I could... no, I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to be patient. Unfortunately, I don't have much of an opinion on Claude because I don't really know that much about him. He seems like a pretty decent dude who pretends to be a not decent dude because he's so accustomed to the political infighting and backbiting of the place he's from. That would be my just knee-jerk impression of him right now. Oh my god.
Predictable.
Really? You're going after her? And reinforcements have started to show up. Great.
You're quite adept.
Ready for anything.
I wasn't expecting their entire army to mobilize and come after me. Which, I mean, isn't actually that big of a deal, except for the fact that I'm trying very hard not to kill at least one of those people. At least not until I've stolen from them. I might have to give up on the stealing objective. Which I can do, it's just gonna suck. Hang on, how many... We've only got 3 archers to deal with here. Let's play this weird. The archer's the only real threat anyways.
My thanks.
So what are they doing? They're either coming for me or they're retreating to him. I'm not sure which.
Predictable.
Archer number 2. Archer number 2, as I was saying. Yeah, let me just kill your entire army before I let you survive. Emphasis on the let you. God, Claude.
only...
At least I can pretty much sweep the city at this point and get that objective done. So that's nice. Actually, let's not extend that far yet. Let's do this instead. So there's one. Some can't wait to die. Yeah, they're turtling. They're straight up turtling. I don't think I've seen the AI do that before. Now, I usually have the opposite problem, Gum Gum. I want a character to be in too many things, and it's like, damn it! Like, help me out, guys. You know Fire Emblem better than I do. Have you ever seen them just straight turtle like that? Because, holy camole. I'm not going forward, because I know he'll actually aggro if I do so. So we're just going to kind of chill back here for a bit. Actually, you know what? I can't, can I? I'm gonna pull back a little, see what they do. Hey look, you can hit me from multiple angles at the same time, guys. Don't you wanna? Dorothy is super dead, Cloud, sorry. They just want to live. Well, then they chose the wrong side. Actually,
I will not let down my guard. Thank you.
There we go.
Ready for anything.
Damn it, Lysathea just moved further into the back. Look at them! They're just straight waiting. Oh, except for the archer who just exposed himself. You, sir, are dead. Very, very dead. Like, they will be finding bits of you for years. Nothing that I've heard, Huthor, other than the basics. Yeah, I'm just weirded out by this floating triangle. It's kind of neat, but wow. Damn. Ah, well. Look, I'm trying to save Lysathea here, Bio. Give me a break. I'm going way, way, way out of my way to save her pathetic, I mean, incredibly awesome life. I have a horse slayer on her. That's why I was sending her up here. I knew I had my horse slayer on someone. Go be on top of that house.
not let down my guard.
That way. And then... Yep, that way. It's a pretty terrifying story, Uthor.
You are here as well, Professor?
Lysathea! It's so good to see you.
Predictable.
No, seriously, thank you so much for doing what you just did. That's gonna make my job so much easier. Meanwhile, Bernadetta's just casually killing tens of people. Okay, so I do really want that Master Seal, so we're gonna go ahead and grab that. Wish I had Dorothea with me, but whatever. Just gonna live with what we got, I guess. Not only is this the first map I've really had to think on, it's the first one where I've had to redo it because I screwed up last time.
Back to the fray.
My orders?
Ready when you are.
I mean, nukes are terrifying. That's kind of how that's supposed to work, if we're being honest. I think it would require a not sane person to not be terrified of nukes. That or lack of knowledge, one of the two.
Ready for anything.
I will prevail.
Screw it. Hello, Night Forger. Haven't seen you in a while. What is up, sir?
There's no stopping me.
For the Empire.
That's the last of my.
I was taking a hell of a risk there if you didn't catch that.
Fair warning, though.
But, join me.
The Alliance.
Okay, so we got Lysathea.
Watch and learn.
They're attacking now. So that's gonna clear out their numbers in a hurry. So yeah, we got the shield, we got Lysathea, we got the Master Seal. So we've basically accomplished all of the bonus objectives I wanted to, with only one exception, which we're about to. So we want that axe. How can I not heal him this turn? What is preventing me from healing you? Oh, that's what's... Nah. Damn. Okay.
I must pull through.
Pull back.
I'm grateful.
I need her to just kind of be here. Ah, too far, too far. Let's not overextend on her. I don't want her to really get involved in this fight. Not really. The Wyvern Shield, we got that, Alex. Although if you mean capturing the city, we're on the way to getting that bonus objective right now. Like you do. Oh yeah, the aggro lines is one of the best additions to this game in general, and I mean that with total sincerity. There's a lot of nice quality of life changes they made, but the aggro lines are the best part by far. I'm gonna go with no Huthor, since I don't know what that is. Well, Marianne's like, wait for me. Yeah, they removed some quality of life features, and they added a couple, but the aggro lines are awesome. Like, no complaints there. So, let's see what happens here. Nothing. That's acceptable. Yeah, get out of there. Agreed, Bio. It's a feature I hope endures.
We don't have the guts to risk here.
I never planned.
So there's the talisman. So that is officially everything other than stealing the axe, if we're going to do that, which I'm still thinking about. And of course, sparing Claude, which we apparently need to use Adelberg to do.
What's my strategy?
That sounds really horrible, Huthor. I don't want to know that exists. Is that cool? Can we just pretend that doesn't exist? So we're going to do a really weird strategy here, just because at this point I can't even predict what the hell the AI is doing. Actually, no. Let's send her on cleanup duty.
Well done.
Have you ever seen, Oh, I can't think of the movie all of a sudden. It's not The Day After Tomorrow, but it's really similar in title to that. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's a horrible movie, don't watch it. I mean, I don't mean horrible as in bad quality. I mean, it's a horrifying movie. No, no. It came out in the 80s, guys. The Day After, I think that's it. It sounds right anyways. Yeah, The Day After is basically a movie about what would happen. It's set in Topeka, Kansas. And it's about the nukes going off. And for those of you not aware, there's actually... So I used to live in Topeka. This is a long time ago. And there was an airbase out there. And I only bring that up because we all knew that we were one of the potential nuke targets. Because of that airbase. And that movie is about that airbase getting nuked. Yeah, that film. Oof. Don't watch that if you have issues with nukes. It's the simplest way I can put that. So we're gonna go for broke. Oh, I can't steal the axe. No, I can't steal the axe. No, okay, whatever. Can't steal the axe. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Back over here. New strategy. Engage. You just kind of chill there. So let's see what they do. Nothing. Okay. This AI is bonkers. Alright. Funnily enough, I used to live in Boulder, Colorado, too. Where we weren't right next to an airbase, but we were aware of it. So I'm just gonna push. See what happens.
We haven't seen each other since Garrick Mach. You've grown lovelier than ever, Edelgard.
You're not so unfortunate yourself. And as usual, you're here at a most inopportune moment.
Well, I'm sure we have much to talk about. But how about we settle things first?
No objections here. Prepare yourself, Claude.
It's no secret, I just drink seltzer water. Polar brand, specifically.
Professor.
No!
But now we're on opposite sides.
I don't want to kill you, Hilda.
I am not going to hold back.
Hilda. Hilda. No, Hilda! Okay, I didn't counterattack and kill her instantly. Thank goodness. Seltzer water. Carbonated water. It's water that has carbonation in it. That's it. That's all it is. Alright. We just went through a lot of garbage.
Bested me. If I die here, the Alliance becomes part of the Empire.
Do you yield then? You've never known when to give up.
Well, I can't just surrender so easily. I'm responsible for the others. If you're as smart as you seem, I bet you figured out why I was able to summon Almyran reinforcements. Wouldn't it be better to let me go and have me in your debt?
Yes!
Thank you, Professor. And you, Edelgard. I'm truly grateful for your courageous decision.
Could you have chosen that last time when Petra killed you? Or like before I just slaughtered a lot of troops?
I will return your kindness one day. I promise.
Like a lot of troops? And Hilda's not dead.
Everybody, raise your voices in a victory cheer. Deirdre is on.
The anti-lore? That doesn't make sense. That would imply that I don't care about gameplay. And I do. A lot. Yeah, no kidding, Takoida. All that. So now I'm going to save. You'll notice maybe you didn't notice. Last time I went on my way to not save because I was like, what the hell? And I was thinking about redoing it.
Hey, Teach.
Okay, I'm impressed.
Claude.
Settle down, will you? You're the victor after all. I could have escaped, but I decided to say hi to Teach. Nothing to worry about. Deirdre has fallen and the Alliance has collapsed. There's nothing I could do to turn things around at this point.
You want me to drop my guard around someone who evaded detection by my soldiers? Impossible. Did you really risk coming here just to say hello?
I did. But mostly I wanted to say goodbye. I'm leaving Fodlan.
Lend us your strength.
Lend you my... I knew I liked you, Teach. I dare say Fodlan would be a lot more peaceful without me around. Right, Your Majesty?
It's as you say. So long as you remain here, the faction of the Alliance that is against the Empire will continue to support you.
Too true. It's best if I leave this place altogether. I'll just have to find some other way to pay back my debt to you. All I ask is that you go easy on the Alliance. After all, no one there would dare defy you now. And please treat my former classmates well. I've asked them to cooperate with you if I lost.
And I didn't kill any.
Wait, did your scheming include a plan for if the Alliance lost?
You think too highly of me. It just seems that way now. Outside of Deirdre, most of the Alliance is unscathed and ready to join your superior strength. In all honesty, I was hoping to become a supreme ruler and lead Fodlan to peace myself. But that won't be happening now.
Claude.
Good luck to you, Edelgard.
We crushed him in battle, and yet... he really is difficult to understand.
Not really. That's just pragmatism.
Lady Edelgard, Deirdre is now completely under our control.
And you'll notice that he managed to retain probably most of his wealth, at least some of his standing, and his life. I mean, come on. He actually gets out of this with almost no cost whatsoever. It'd be like, oh man, I'm not the CEO of EA anymore. All I have is my $13 million. Shucks.
As planned, the Alliance's affairs will now be overseen by Count Burgley's.
My father is coming here? First west, then east. You sure keep him busy.
Should the others return to the monastery and prepare to face the kingdom?
Yes, thank you, Hubert.
Yeah, I'm starting to like Claude.
Our battle with the Alliance has reached its conclusion.
I have a feeling I'd like Claude's story arc, too, if we ever do another premiere run of this game. On another story arc.
However, we still can't afford to be careless. We must now join the battle against the kingdom. With the strength of the Church on their side, they will prove to be a formidable enemy. More than ever, your support is invaluable. We'll need it in the days to come. But for now, let's enjoy our triumphant return.
Let's get to it!
I'm so happy that the end of the fighting is near. Too bad there's still more violence to come.
The kingdom and the Church of Seros are worthy for fighting. I will crush them into very small pieces.
Crushing wouldn't yield a lot of pieces, but I guess it would get the job done. With the Professor, we can't lose. Probably.
Oh no. Are we fighting Lady Rhea? But she's scary, and she'll be really angry. But no way she can stay in her spooky beast form all the time, right? If she could, she would have come and attacked the monastery as many times as she wanted.
It may be wishful thinking, but perhaps it is a power that she can only access when the situation is dire. But whether she is the Archbishop or the Immaculate One, we cannot be stopped. Half remains, but half is finished. We are certainly moving forward.
No one can stop us from pushing forward. No one.
So while this has been playing, I've decided to codify a few things. So, boop, there we go. I have also, sadly, decided to codify a few negatives. Literally 2 additional negatives to story. The only thing I'm still unsure about in the negative to story is the pacing issue. I'm thinking I'm going to codify that because the pacing is just all over the place. But yeah. I'm also going to go ahead and start... Yes, save. Fine, whatever. Start the potential aggregate here. Yeah, it's very disjointed.
Part 2. Crimson Flower. Pegasus Moon.
Basically, I'm thinking about starting a story positive for several particularly excellent characters, which I feel are well done.
With Deirdre under Imperial control, the Leicester Alliance ceases to exist.
That's not how that works.
Lords ally themselves with the Empire. The Black Eagle Strike Force, having now conquered all of Eastern Fodlan, confidently moves to invade the kingdom.
Like, okay, you remember I mentioned the pacing problem? We spent 12 missions basically just kind of having a day in the life as the plot slowly built, which I'm okay with. We just spent the last 2 missions conquering the entirety of the Eastern Front. Which is not only a little bit disjointed, but I do also have to add, after 5 years of a stalemate, we just crushed them in lore 2 months. This is what I mean by a pacing, disjointed, disconnected problem.
Burgley's report. Just as Claude said, the old Alliance has willingly fallen under Imperial rule. However, knowing him, there is no telling what manner of poison could be waiting within. We must be careful not to expose any weakness.
Of course, though it seems we can now attack the kingdom without issue.
True. However, you should know that Lord Arundel has entered Deirdre. It would seem he has already started collecting the relics of the Old Alliance.
Let him do as he pleases for now. It's not yet the time to chide him.
Understood. As for the kingdom, as we theorized, it is not entirely united. If we defeat the royal family of House Bladed and a handful of other notable houses, it should fall under our control quite readily.
Hang on. As we suspected, let me read it. As we theorized, let me use his words word for word, it is not entirely united. During 2 separate briefings of 2 separate timelines, it indicated that the Empire was backing some of the noble houses of the kingdom in basically forcing a civil war scenario. That includes this timeline, the one we're playing. Were you not involved in that meeting, Hubert?
Those we must target include the houses Fraldarius, Galatea, Gautier, and Karen. We have allies who are close to some of those lords. Perhaps that can be used to our advantage. Persuasion by tears or threats. Perhaps one would consent to act as a hostage. We must make good use of the tools given to us.
What about House Row in Aryan Road, the fortress city? Will they not side with us?
The head of House Fraldarius, Lord Rodrigue, has entered the city. It is possible that he has seized it.
I see. Then it might prove too difficult to strike Ferdiad right away.
Either way, when preparations are complete, we can begin our deployment into the kingdom.
That part of the plan remains unchanged. Professor, is something wrong?
I've never heard of these people.
Yes, I don't imagine that you have much interest in a running list of noble names. But it matters not. The nobility and the weight of all those names will be gone once the war is over.
That is the goal.
We must again put all of our effort into preparing for battle. I'm counting on you, my teacher.
This is also one of the reasons I could see several nobles siding with her, by the way. Because sure, they'll stop being nobles, but they'll keep their fortunes, or at least some of it. I mean, once again, oh no, I'm not the CEO of EA, I just have millions of dollars. I mean, I'm pretty sure several nobles would go ahead and take the time to embrace that offer, especially if they'd started losing. I am just as certain that some nobles would cling to their power as tightly as they possibly could. Because, you know, nobles.
Professor, you didn't hear anything just now, did you?
Yeah.
Of course I am. It's nothing. Nothing at all.
Really?
I told you it was nothing and I meant it. It's just... well, there was a rat. I don't enjoy the company of rats. I believe I've told you about this before. About when I was held captive beneath the palace. There were a lot of rats there. To this day, I just...
Oh, absolutely, Blackwell. Oh, by the way, I want to address something Blue Wolf Alex said. He said that despite everything, he was enjoying this story. I kind of am, too. And I don't even need to prove that to you. I just did an entire mission over again so that one character who is not on my side would live. I think I have demonstrated I'm invested in the characters of this story.
What?
It's not a rat.
Oh, Professor, leave here at once. I recall now that Hubert needs to speak with me. I must change my clothes. Now! Whatever you do, don't look this way.
What is... yeah, I'm not 5, Edelgard.
Then forget what you saw. That's an order.
That's not how that works. Nothing happens. It's Hanneman's birthday.
Thank you.
Whatever. There's Lysithea. Level 29. Yeesh. See you around, Dakota. Wait, seriously? Marianne can turn into a swords master? Correct, Cloud of the Stars. He is in exile. Government in exile right now. Where the heck? There she is. And our first masterclass is Bernadetta.
I passed! I passed!
Somehow that does not surprise me. So, we finally have the boss slayer, who is even better now. And she's locked in now, at this point. Oh, so I can finally stop focusing on her so much. Dorothea's kinda locked in. Petra, what the heck was I doing with you? Oh, I was leaving you at the crit doom, wasn't I? That's right, Ingrid's focusing on that. What are you, Lysithea? Oh my god, Lysithea, there we go. She is a black mage. Okay, I can work with that. Okay. Marianne, she needs to upgrade. To Bishop. Leonie is... I could turn her into a Pegasus Knight now. Because I do intend for her to be a Falcon Knight in the end. The problem is Pegasus Knights are super weak. Let's hold off on that for right now. Let's hold off on that. She's still going through that. Let's hold off on that for a second. Damn, we can't buy any more Master Seals. So that means I should have like 3 Master Seals right now, total. Yep. Oh no, I have 6. Excuse me, 6 Master Seals. My bad, my bad. Yeah, let's increase that magic resistance, shall we? Actually, speaking of which, let's do this. Nope, I'm still leveling Enlightened One. Still not sure what it's going to give me when I master it, which is, of course, part of why I'm leveling that. And she is still leveling the Armored Lord. Oh, hang on, one more. Dorothea is still leveling Dancer. Damn, she's been Dancer for a while, too. If I could get Dance on her and then give her a mount. Lysithea? That's even more insane. Hang on, we have to all stab Bio now. Stabbings for Bio. Whereas Lysithea... Writing. Nothing. Just like everyone else. Except for Ingrid. Ingrid, Edelgard, and Leonie. Okay, just making sure I'm remembering everything correctly. That's kind of what I'm thinking, Blue Wolf Alex. I just want to jump straight to Falcon. So, she needs more lance and flying. And where is Leonie on that? She needs everything. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I beg your indulgence. That is it. I'll be right back, guys. Ugh.
Ah, you have arrived at just the right time. Care for one of these handmade treats?
My goodness, Ferdy. When did you become such a talented confectioner?
Oh, Dorothea, I am hardly an expert.
Nevertheless, you have managed to make some tasty-looking treats.
Well, it is the first time I have tried my hand at it. Honestly, there were several unsuccessful attempts preceding this batch. I made these pastries to solve that riddle you gave me. The reason you despise me.
Oh?
You said I was like a bee. The bee is a dutiful worker, just as I am. But the bee inherits a capacious home, with a wealth of honey. Similarly, I inherited my fortune. I did not receive it as a reward for my labor. I surmised that perhaps you'd feel differently about me if I earned something all on my own. That was my plan, to emulate your transformation from desperate pauper to successful songstress.
All on your own? Did you renounce your nobility? Give away your riches?
No, I made these. I obtained all the ingredients on my own, without anyone's help.
You mean, you got the sugar and the flour?
Yes. To earn the flour, I worked in the fields. To earn the sugar, I carried a merchant's wares.
Who did the cooking? You?
Naturally. I took on some extra chores in exchange for use of the kitchen at night.
I have to admit, that's impressive. Hey, it looks like you had a bit of an accident. Is your hand okay?
I burned myself a little while I was baking. Nothing to worry about.
Nonsense. That burn will scar you, know. Come on, let's get you to the infirmary.
Wait, Dorothea! You have yet to try my treats.
You should be fine now, Ferdy. Big shot nobles have to treat their bodies with care just like the rest of us.
There you go again. Noble this, noble that. Though you did say it with less disdain than usual.
Nothing gets past you. As it were, I may have reconsidered you a little.
You have reconsidered me? Finally! Just as I had hoped, we are becoming friends. Now then, I propose that we...
I only said I reconsidered a little. And you still haven't figured out why I said you're like a bee. Which is funny, because you look like a bee right now. Bye!
So, I am still a bee. A completely mystified bee.
Alright, I'm gonna have to shack those up together. Because I want to see the end of that one.
Taking care of some weapon maintenance, Petra? You seem completely absorbed.
Yes, taking care of the weapons has great importance.
I cannot argue with that. That weapon there, is it from Bridget?
No, it is a weapon of Dagda. But the people of Bridget used them often.
Fascinating. I have read about the weapons of Dagda, but this is my first time seeing one in person.
Lots of weapons and fighting techniques came from Dagda to Bridget.
Ah, so Dagda to the west had a big influence on the Bridget archipelago. I am fascinated by foreign fighting techniques. Would you consider teaching me sometime?
I will. But it is difficult to explain fighting with words. We can try sparring, maybe?
Yes, a practical demonstration. I would be quite grateful.
Let's have our beginning then.
Perhaps we should stop there.
Oh? Do you think you have understanding of the fighting techniques from Dagda?
Yes. Now that I have experienced it firsthand. I used to look down on foreign fighting styles, but I was clearly remiss. The footwork, the nimble way you shift your weight is extraordinary. I will have to remember those moves for the next time I am in battle. Clearly, you have honed your skills through practice. Your fist felt as sharp as a spear.
Bridget is stuck in between Dagda and Fodlan. It is of much importance to hone our fighting techniques. I am of the royal family, but I am a warrior before that. I must fight to live and to protect my home.
When the alliances of Bridget and Dagda encroached on the Empire, they were always driven back. But perhaps the Empire's victory was due to geographic advantage or divine intervention, rather than military superiority. Having met you, that is what I think. I cannot help but feel a little disgraced. I held foreign fighting styles in such low regard without ever seeing them for myself.
When I came to Fodlan, I felt disgraced for many things that I learned. But there is no disgrace in losing ignorance. We need to be learning and growing with each other, always.
Yes, by working together we can make progress. And both sides need to look ahead to the future.
Why am I so off? Yesterday wasn't like this. Some days I just can't seem to hit anything.
Your mind, body, and technique are not synchronized. Find harmony between the three. You lack experience. You'll improve if you practice.
Now that you mention it, Shamir, how come I've never seen you train? Do you keep odd hours? Or are you just so good that you don't even need it anymore?
I am always training. Look here.
A dagger.
Watch.
Wow, nice throw. That was a long one. But does throwing knives at pillars really count as shooting practice?
Look closely.
Is that a centipede? You pierced it clean in half. How did you even see that?
I train everything. Eyes, speed, accuracy. Watch as the bird flies. Feel the wind. Recognize the distance between objects. Not all training requires a weapon. Integrate training into your daily routine.
My daily routine, huh? That's great advice. Thanks. I'll do my best.
Very good. Just be cautious.
Oh, shush, Uthor. Hi, Nakamikado. What's going on? I'm glad you like the Friday stuff. Although those are old videos at this point.
Nightfall? Already? Suppose I'd better wrap up.
Good work with your training today, Ingrid. Here's something to wipe up the sweat.
Whoa, Mercedes. Hi. Hello. How long have you been... Thank you.
You're very welcome. I've been here since you started.
Not long. Huh. Well, my apologies for not having noticed you. I get so caught up in training, you know. But why are you here? I can't imagine it was too terribly interesting watching me.
I disagree. I just couldn't help but admire your training technique. I have to say, you are very impressive. I'm nowhere near as graceful as you.
Graceful? I wouldn't say that, but thank you. If I'm to be honest, I'm the one who admires you.
Goodness, me? How so?
You're always so put together. You hold yourself with such poise and have such a keen eye for fashion. I mean, even the handkerchief you handed me smells like... lavender, is it? It's just lovely.
That perfume is a favorite of mine. I'm so glad you like it.
Even the fact that you thought to put perfume on your handkerchief is delightfully foreign to me. I'd never have thought of that.
I'll gladly share some with you. You're welcome to come visit my room whenever you'd like. We can have tea and chat. How does that sound?
That sounds really nice. Yes. Sipping tea and having a chat. It's unlike me, but it sounds lovely.
From now on, we'll meet up whenever we have time. We can go right now if you're free.
Oh, no need to trouble yourself and rearrange things for me.
It's no trouble at all. You'll never know if you're the type who enjoys chatting over tea if you never try.
All right then.
Yeah, I actually do like several of the voice actors. Which means they must be evil! I'm sorry, which question exactly? Blue off Alex. Is that everything? Yep, okay.
Ingrid, do you have a moment? We're going to perform an opera in the cathedral.
We are?
Yes! It's a small one, but I need some volunteers. Let me tell you, Alois is very excited. He's already doing a ton of work for the show.
I see. What's it about?
Classic opera fare. A tragic love story. A princess who falls in love with a handsome commoner. But our princess, she carries the fate of her country on her shoulders. And no matter how in love she is, she can't just marry whoever she wants. Or can she?
That's quite a story. Sounds tragic and beautiful. Who will be playing the princess?
Me. I was a singer in an opera company, though I hope I'm not being too presumptuous casting myself. Even if you're not interested in being part of the production, you will come to see it, won't you? I'm asking everyone to dress up properly. I want it to be a stylish and elegant night.
That does sound quite lovely. And I do want to go, but
Please, don't worry if you can't make it. I understand we're doing this on such short notice.
No, it's not that. I just... I struggle with the elegant part of things. I don't really do myself up in elegant clothing and makeup and such.
If fashion's your concern, lady, you're in luck.
I am?
If you don't dress for the occasion, no one will take you seriously. But don't worry about a thing. I'll happily work my magic on you. When it's time, I'll meet you in your room. We'll make you the most beautiful woman in the theater.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
So, okay, that's why I was confused, Blow Up Alex. I'm guessing you came in after I said that exact idea. The way I'm thinking is that each house, or each path, is basically going to be a separate premiere run, and thus funded separately. I don't see why not, Huthor. And as a consequence, needs to be done as if any other game would be. Now, that being stated, I am not 100% committed to that yet, Blue Wolf Alex. The thing that's going to change my mind is exactly how New Game Plus works. So we'll see when we get to the end of the game.
Bernadetta, please come out of your room. You've been in there for ages. You need to train.
No. Sorry, not happening.
I'm not playing around, Bernadetta. This training is absolutely crucial to the war.
I don't care. I can't handle it today.
Please leave.
Why did you come here?
Why did I come here? I didn't choose to join the academy. I was forced. Then more stuff happened, and I didn't have a say in any of it. So, here I am, somehow.
I suppose not everyone has to be pleased about being here. But even so, Bernadetta, I'll ask one more time. Please come out of there.
And I'll tell you one more time. It's not happening. Not right now. Not today.
You leave me no alternative. If you're near the door, you'd better step away.
My door! Why?
Now hurry along, Bernadetta. You've got lots of training to catch up on.
Spare me! I'll train! Just not with you. Anyone but you, please.
Is that so? That presents a problem. I know we are two very different people, but whether or not you like me, we are on the same side and must learn to work together.
It's not about any of that! If this is how you treat people on your own side, what do you do to your enemies?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. I did what was necessary to get you to comply. Nothing more. I do hope that the professor will be able to help you through the rest of your training. In the meantime, I will fix your door. Good luck!
Right. Okay. Good.
I hate that animation bio. I hate it so much. That animation needs to go to hell. Okay. I mean, I gave a separate negative just for that. Well, mostly for that animation.
You know as well as I do the day's coming that we'll have to fight the Archbishop and her knights. We've got some strong fighters here, sure. But even with all our training, I don't know if we can win. I just don't see how any of us can compete with the Archbishop, say, turning into a monster.
Yeah, we got this.
That's exactly what I was just saying. I've always appreciated how you listened to me.
Of course, bio. I've been making fun of the hand gesture since day one. I think most of you didn't notice me because I just kept quietly doing this in the background here.
I just wanted to help out my brother Randolph, so I aspired to be a soldier. My brother puts his life on the line to fight, so I'll put everything I have into it too. Eventually, the enemy will attack, and when they do, we'll defend this place to the bitter end.
I mean, it's the FF14 thing again. You know?
I've lived at Garrigmach Monastery for a few decades now. Still, the other day I got myself all turned around. There are so many secret rooms and hidden passages. Maybe I'll take the time to properly search the place. Care to join me? I expect it to take a whole day.
No, thanks. Appreciate it, but no.
Professor!
The Disney Renaissance was basically the 90s Nakamikado. I believe it's officially started with Little Mermaid. I had to think about that for a second.
The worst part about going into battle is knowing you might have a friend fighting for the other side. You were a mercenary, Professor. Were you always prepared for that?
Oh, yeah.
That's reassuring. I don't think I'll ever get used to it. Fighting old friends, there's nothing worse. My hands shake just thinking about it. I'm glad Claude didn't die. Does that make me soft?
Yes. You must now die. Yeah, Disney, financially and creatively, had a very interesting run in between, their early classics and then The Little Mermaid. Like, there's a lot of films there that a lot of people have never even heard of. And for good reason. Although some of them are alright.
They call Lord Rodrigue, who's defending Aryan Road, the Shield of Fargus. He used to be on friendly terms with Dimitri's father, the former king. There's no chance that he'll surrender to us.
I have not seen the Black Cauldron in a very long time, Bio. Not since I was a kid. I didn't care for it. No, I was talking more the animation live action stuff they did for a while. Hey, it's Lysithea. It's the other person who's had experiments done on her that isn't Edelgard.
I have Claude to thank. Before the battle, he considered my precarious position and told me it wouldn't matter if we fell to the Empire. So when you invited me, I accepted without hesitation. Ultimately, this ended without the Alliance being entirely consumed by this war. It's all thanks to Claude.
I'm not sure I like her hair veil thing. Like, look at that. I don't know. She's cool, though. Hey, are any of these yours?
What?
Did you seriously? Oh my god, one of them was actually hers. That is hysterical. What does she train? Black magic. Hang on. Now you got me curious. Let's see, the Disney Dark Age. What do we got here? Let's see, films I liked in the Disney Dark Age. Robin Hood. Rescuers Part 2. Oliver and Company, which honestly I shouldn't like, but I do, so whatever. Yeah, that might actually be it. I mean, don't mistake me. Great Mouse Detective was enjoyable enough, but I actually rewatched that a few years ago, and it hasn't held up nearly as much as I thought it would. Is it? I'm going off of the Disney Wiki here, Bio, so I don't know.
Claude von Regan. What an interesting character. Underneath that compassionate exterior, he was always cold and calculating. Ordinary fools run headlong into combat without even considering the possibility of defeat. But to consider one's chances and to prepare for plans to go awry, that takes real intelligence. I have to say, I am impressed beyond words.
Well, that's cool, I guess.
Hey! What about this?
It goes without saying, but Garreg Mach is the most important sacred place to the Church of Seiros. The Knights of Seiros will try to get this place back by any means necessary. I don't think they're going to stay in the kingdom capital forever. We should stay vigilant.
Foreshadowing. Which era was the Three Caballeros in?
The majority is with us. This conflict will end soon. I am so moved by the Alliance Noble's decision. That is true nobility, acting in accordance with the people's needs and wishes. As war drags on, those living near the front lines inevitably get the worst of it. We will not see such a peaceful resolution in Fargus, I am afraid, as it is ruled by the royal family, not a council of nobles.
Did you meet my father in Deirdre? I guess he'll be responsible for controlling the Regan territory and maintaining popular support. Not really sure what all that means, though. Are you sure? I figured you'd say something about me having to study more. Oh, I get it. This is a test. I'm definitely gonna have to brush up.
My father is holding Aryan Road secure. Our next battle will be there, against him, or in Ferdiad, which the king is protecting. Don't underestimate me. I've been preparing for this for a long time.
Hey there. Finally, the kingdom. After that, we'll battle the church. I volunteered for monastery guard duty. It was more for my family than anything. But now, from the bottom of my heart, I want to see Her Majesty ruling this land. Even if it costs me my life, I will protect Garreg Mach.
Okay.
Anyways, I didn't actually get my point across. The stuff I was thinking of was like bed knobs and broomsticks, or see, this is the problem. I can't think of any names, even though I can remember several of the films.
Okay.
Like, I think The Nutty Professor was one of them. Yeah, there were several hybrid movies that came out in like a period there, and I've seen basically all of them. In fact, I think I have seen all of them. Whoops.
Maybe.
Oh, God, this is going to bother me now. I can't seem to think of any of the names of them.
I've been exploring the Holy Mausoleum. It's quite interesting in there. There is a mechanism I believe would allow us passage into the Holy Tomb, but I'm unclear on how to activate it. My research hasn't turned up much. It may come down to asking the Archbishop for details. Indeed. We'll see if it's worth the trouble.
Hey, Permeus. We have apparently conquered 2/3 of the continent right now, although we have 2 opponents left. Please don't, Uthor. I'm kidding.
Right.
Movies are allowed. Virtually all movies are allowed. 99's Tarzan? There were some decent moments in it.
I wonder.
You
Was
wouldn't-
there really no way to end it without fighting Claude? You're probably right. I suppose the only thing I can do for him now is pray that he may live the rest of his life in happiness.
Atlantis had a lot of issues, but I still enjoyed it.
Need something?
Listen, Uthor. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree.
You're up. This one? This one? You're all set. See you again soon.
I've actually seen only a few of the direct-to-DVD sequels, or actually direct-to-VHS sequels. I have not liked any of them. I'm not saying they're bad, I'm just saying I have not liked any of them. The Aladdin one was just... oh my god, really.
What?
Excuse me, I should say the Aladdin ones, because I actually saw 2. I don't know if there's more than 2.
King Dimitri of Fargus possesses superhuman strength. I heard he can lift a horse with a single hand. I wonder if it's true.
Nah. Well, maybe it is.
Can you help me?
Eh, sure.
War isn't kind to you if you're a recluse. By the time you realize what's going on, you're already under attack. And if you're off by yourself, you can get killed with no one ever even finding out. Got me out of my room at least. That's good, right?
While the battle with the Alliance is over, we still need to stay vigilant. Both the church and the kingdom are not to be taken lightly. I have a feeling we'll draw their attention soon. Weapon prep and training are of the utmost importance, now more than ever.
I will freely admit I barely remember Aladdin 3, so I'll just shrug on that one. But I have pretty distinct memories of Return of Jafar, and I really did not like that one. And it probably doesn't help that they then had to repeat the damn thing in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Say now, doesn't seem to be much unrest in the former Alliance territories, perhaps thanks to Count Burgley's strength. That said, General Randolph is the head of one of the branches of House Burgleys. It was once difficult for someone from a branch family to get ahead in life. But under Her Majesty, anyone who accomplishes great deeds during the war will see more success than they could have ever imagined.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. You may already know this, but the Kingdom and the Alliance were once a single entity. The leaders of the Alliance, House Regan, are actually a branch of the Blythed royal family. In a way, it's just a battle of the part of the Blythed family tree that rose in rebellion against the Empire.
Hey, Venters. What's going on?
Ah.
Wait, is that...
Hey, how about a favor?
Is that... That can't be. Oh, it said in the quest that is Anna. What the hell are you doing here, Anna? Did they ever explain how she dimension hops? Real question. Like, I know dimension hopping's a thing in this franchise. It's just... Whoop.
General Ladislava is really popular among the citizens of the Empire. If I remember correctly, the Emperor herself has recognized her genius and made her a general. Despite her considerable talent, she never puts on airs. And she's beautiful, too. She's even known as the Scarlet Warrior.
Yeah, but, like, each of the Cids don't look and act the same in the Final Fantasy series. Like, I've legitimately always had the impression that it's the same Anna. That got worse in Fire Emblem Heroes, where she shows up and she's like, "Hi, it's me, Anna."
The kingdom always is cold. We have hatred for the cold. Bridget is not cold. We have no cold spirit. Does the goddess of Fodlan give protection from the cold? I am wishing I knew how to ask her.
Anna is the one true deity, or dragon, I guess. She's an extremely old Earth dragon that never degenerated. There you go.
Oh, Claude. I'm so relieved that he managed to make it out alive.
You're welcome.
You'll be fighting the kingdom next, right? Then the church? Isn't there some way we can do this without fighting Dimitri and Lady Rhea?
That'd be nice.
I suppose not.
I hear she'll sell you the secret for the right price.
I can't believe it. To think, I saw the end of the Leicester Alliance with my own eyes. I witnessed a turning point in the history of my homeland. I'm not sure how to express my feelings right now. That's right. I'll paint it. The Fall of Deirdre, so that posterity can remember our triumph.
Oh, what's it called? There's an actual artifact item in D&D that's basically a bag of holding that has many exits. So, like, for example, if everyone in chat and I have this bag, I could put a carrot in it, and anyone else could take out that carrot. You know, it's shared inventory kind of a thing. So there you go. Anna has whatever it's called, a shared bag of holding. It all makes sense.
Your next opponents will be the Kingdom's army and the Knights of Seiros, both fearsome foes. Put the mobility of my troops to good use, and let us protect the Kingdom's western battlefront. When this month has ended, I'll depart. I pray that you have good luck in battle.
Enjoyed dying horribly, so I have to come rescue you later.
The main body of the Imperial Army is moving to the western region of the former Alliance territory to attack the Kingdom. The time when victory or defeat will be decided between us and the Kingdom is close at hand.
Eh. It's Anna's secret thingy. It's too incredible to behold. Yeah, no kidding. Floating triangle. What are you linking, Bio? Oh god, it's the Annas. We must destroy them and steal all their gold.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Ah!
Welcome.
So what do you sell? There's a Master Seal. In fact, she has infinite Master Seals.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? 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 Thanks a bunch.
Hang on. Can I afford that many? I don't think I can. Nope. I need money.
Is that the one? Thanks. Is that the one? Is that the one? Thanks. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one?
Hey guys.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
Sorry.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Is that the one? Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. 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 Is that the one? Thanks. Is that the one? Thanks. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
Hi, Miss Ghosta. What's going on? Hey, is that the one?
Is that the one?
That should be enough.
Is that the one?
Yep, that's enough. There, that's enough Master Seals for everyone. Bam. I've been saving money this whole game. And I was able to buy all the stuff I wanted from her. So, you know, woo. I mean, I almost went broke. So, yeah, I kind of have been saving for this moment. There. Okay. Now, was that the one? Listen, Venters. When I can absolutely destroy everything effortlessly and instantly, then I'll be strong enough. Maybe. Like, I walk onto the map and I just kind of raise up my left hand. And then that's it, the end. The battle is over. And that's when the true battle begins. It's actually not a military combat game anymore. It's not a tactical game. It's a tactical janitor game. You have to use... you only have so much time, and you have to... it's basically a movement economy game. You have to be very efficient with how you clean up the remains of the...
The Leicester Alliance is no more. 300 years of history. Gone and done. They write operas about events like this, you know? I'm sure you'll be played by the most handsome actor of the time. Hearts will pound as he takes the stage. A diva will play 80. You'll fall madly in love, even if it isn't historically accurate.
Thanks. No, an actually good game, Cloud of the Stars.
Well...
That reminds me. You must know this already. The former Fargus territory used to belong to the Empire. The Battle of Tailtean, where Nemesis was defeated, put Fargus under the Empire's control. Centuries later, a revolution sprung up in Fargus, and through the mediation of the Church, the kingdom gained independence. The ringleader of the revolt became the first king, Lug von Blaethid. The Blaethids, the royal family of Fargus, are directly descended from Lug, who was also known as the King of Lions. If you look at it from the point of view of the Empire, the kingdom is just a bunch of traitors.
We all know what we do with traitors. I've never actually played it in Ascosta. And I hope never to, because that's just kind of gross. Believe it or not, I'm not into gross. I know, weird. Still nothing new.
It seems Claude has disappeared. Do you suppose this means the end of House Regan? While the crest of von Regan is not terribly rare, the long lineage of the von Regan family will be broken. No, at the very least, I think not. There are other lesser crests to research. Yet I am a human first and a scholar second. For now, I grieve the fallen and pray for those still living.
If the Alliance falls, then the kingdom will... There's no time to waste. If we hesitate, we risk losing the initiative. I do think we should let the troops rest, though. We must maintain morale, Professor. And let's make sure this matter stays between us. If it gets out, I'll struggle to forgive even you.
What matter?
It seems you don't comprehend the consequences of angering the Emperor.
Look, you do not frighten me. I hate to burst your bubble there, lady.
Nice job.
Nothing, Grey Wolf. Like, I don't even know why they opened it up. Actually, I know why they opened it up. I'm guessing that's where we go if we choose the church route. Because there's nothing up there.
You're too soft. I'm talking about Claude. Our Emperor mercilessly cuts down all those who stand in her way. But perhaps she is more tolerant of those who know their place.
Yeah, it's called the carrot and the stick. Surely you know about this. Like, it's pretty basic strategy.
Randolph has a big appetite. It does a heart good to see him. And he's handsome too. Compared to him, Hubert is... Forget I said anything.
We all know Raphael is... Ooh, I mean... Have you seen those shoulders? I know, right? These frickin' shoulders. Or the shoulders, the sleeves. Hang on. Okay. He's super dead. I'm hoping we can recruit him. Bleh. I'm hoping we can recruit him soon. But I don't know. I'm telling you, he's just got a box, Niscosta. He just carries around a box. That's funny, considering it was made by the same developers who've been working on that game series for many years. Nakamikado. Sorry, I'm debating some. Koei, yeah, but it's specifically the development team behind Romance of the Three Kingdoms. They had some advisors and music designers from Intelligent. But the majority, the bulk of the development was actually done by Koei, or however you're supposed to pronounce that. Screw it. I hate having to check every now and again. Does she have a support with anyone? Hey, what do we got here? Yeah, I know, right?
I appreciate any good...
I'm sorry, how do you own 14 copies? I think that beats me, and I have like 5 copies of FF6, which is the most copies of a single game I own. Hang on, SNES, and then GBA, and then phone, and then PC, and then I got my second SNES copy. So yeah, I have 5 copies of FF6.
Professor.
Support time.
How are you doing, Professor? Would you care to join me for a cup of tea?
Is it drugged?
It occurs to me that whenever we chat, I have a tendency to pester you with my questions and theories about your history. It seems only fair to speak on the topic of myself for once. And perhaps you might feel more positively inclined toward my research if I shared my own story. I am quite pleased to hear you're interested. Yes, quite pleased. Well, I suppose I should begin at the beginning, eh? I was born into a noble house of the Empire. Not a large house, mind you, but noble all the same. Our land holdings were small, but our bloodline was quite strong. So, as you can imagine, there were many of us in the family who carried the power of crests. I myself bear a minor crest. Our family's abundance of crests may be part of the reason I've been interested in the topic since I was just a boy. I dedicated myself to my studies, and after years of effort, I became lead crest scholar at the Empire's largest research institution. I had only Imperial blood, and thus Imperial crests, at my disposal in the Empire. So I came to Garrick Mach and devoted myself to my research during my time as a professor. My progress is slow, but with each revelation, I move ever closer to the answers I have sought for decades. Your cooperation as the bearer of the Crest of Flames ensures my research will continue to advance. In fact, it may bring me ever closer to the goal of uncovering everything there is to know about crests. I do hope you shall continue helping me advance in this field of study. Together, we will solve the mystery of your Crest of Flames, and our world will be the better for it. Shall we proceed? My lab instruments are fully prepared. I have a great number of tests I'm excited to carry out. No, don't worry. They won't hurt one bit.
This is my 7th, I think, Floating Triangles? Hang on, I've played 4, 7, 8. I keep doing this. Awakening, Fate, Path. Yeah, this is my 7th. I'm right. No, M. Sonda. It's gone. Lost to the ages, unless you type in ! rating. Then you might be able to see what we're talking about. But only under that extremely rare and unusual circumstance. What are you missing? Writing.
What? You're... You're... I've... Nope. I'm getting it.
Too many rankings, oh god. Yeah, let's get our flyers done really quick.
That was... I'm... That was... I appreciate...
Chimney, chimney, chim, chiroo. Sorry. Death Duel! Hi, Who Girl, by the way. No death to Who Girl.
Pray. I'm a...
So I drag everyone up in skills. God! Like, I'm sure this is kind of designed to go in this way. It's just... Yeah. Make sure everyone's set to go. Yep, we're good. Look at this. Flying, riding, 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 flying, riding, 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 flying, riding, 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 riding. What, you have a problem, Naki Mikado? A Kaivaro Vilem.
I have a question.
What? Do this.
I see.
Motivation increased. It's already at max.
Professor.
It's Imperial for take a drink now. Nakamikado. We'll see if it's as fun as the show managed to be. Oh, we have a cutscene with Leonie. Yay! Knife order.
Hey, Professor. Can we talk?
No.
I feel terrible about the last time we spoke.
Why? You just told me.
I apologize and just ended up losing my temper again. I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
I figured you'd say that, but I still feel like an idiot. Somehow, I just have a hard time keeping my feelings in check around you. And I think if I don't just tell you what I'm thinking, we'll never be able to have a normal conversation. So, let me clear the air.
Okay.
I want us to, engage.
A duel?
Yeah, exactly. I know it's a sudden thing to ask, but I'm not going to feel settled until I know where I stand.
But
Would you do that for me?
I could kill you without meaning to, but okay, sure. Let's see. I'll use this foam sword. You use Frostmourne, the eldritch blade of the Death Knight.
Good. Don't hold back, okay? I want to see you at your absolute best.
But I don't want to kill you. I really don't. I went through a lot of effort to recruit you.
You got me. I'm completely outmatched. No, don't apologize. This is what I needed. You're a true successor to Captain Gerald's style of swordplay. I almost felt like you were him. I thought I was competing with you. But that's as pointless as competing against him would have been. So instead of that, I'm going to focus on keeping the promise I made to him. Captain Gerald said that if anything should happen to him, I'd have to support you in his place. He didn't sound serious at the time, but it was right before he... you know, before we lost him. So, I've decided. I'd like to do just what he said. I know I'm not as strong as I need to be, but I swear to you, I'll train until I am. What do you say? Can I call you my employer?
Sure.
Yes, it's official. I'll protect you no matter what.
No, Gerald's probably our dad, although he might also be a vampire. The jury's still out on that one. I mean, I'm pretty sure Byleth could kill things unarmed at this point.
Do this right. Dear God.
And I mean that sincerely.
Good enough.
Writing skill.
I still have much to learn.
Every now and again, I do admit I'm enamored with the idea of playing a Superman-type character. Who holds back, obviously. Like, basically never really unleashes full tilt. Just look at someone like... oh. Ah! You know. I mean, he's there, Venters. He's not much of a character, if I'm being honest. If he died, I don't think I'd even notice, other than the fact that I'm Darth Vader. I do like playing Darth Vader. I'll completely admit that. That is pretty neat. Oh, power-wise? Oh, that's actually a good one. I would say probably below Robin, but above a lot of others that I've played as. Just checking a few things. Oh yeah, she actually succeeded. That's right, she's our first masterclass. Woo. And she's actually ready to go to masterclass, but I want her to finish first. Still not done. Still not done. Still not done. Oh, wait. Ah, that's noble. My bad. Still not done. So we have an Edelgard paralogue. I can only do 2 of these. A Hubert paralogue. A Lindhart and Leonie paralogue. A Bernadetta and Petra paralogue. And a Marianne paralogue. And I have to pick 2 of the 5. Actually, I guess I could do it next week, too. But that still means I'm not going to get everything done. How bad? You know, there's only one way to deal with this.